Hey, what's up YouTube, it's Chickenz here, back again with the Animal Crossing video. In this video I'm going to be going over how I built my hybrid cloning area. So for this area I wanted to have all my different color hybrids in one place and then have like a nice little area where everybody can just come water them at the same time. So because of that I decided to make this area more functional, but I do decorate it a little bit just so it looks kind of nice to look at the end. Alright, so to start off for the fencing I added 2 trees near the entrance, and I added some log stakes and then some bushes towards like the little outside area. And then after that, I decided to go with a mix of hedge fencing and also lattice fencing. And then I only end up building this fence all the way down to this little cliff over here, so I don't extend it all the way. And then after looking at the fencing, the first part I had down, I decided to make the cliff one little unit bigger just so I had more room to put flowers down. So after I had the basic structure of the fencing down, I decided to place some stalls down just to get an idea of where I could actually put them. And then I do add some garden wagons to the sides, but I do end up moving these a little bit later in the video. So after I had the basic idea where my stalls are going to be, I customized it using the patterns that Stable gives you. So I put some to these little flowery patterns on top of the stalls. And I decided to have like one little gap in between them and try to center them as much as possible. And then after that, I decided to add a little stone outline towards the stall area right here. And then after that, I decided to add some dirt squares just to get an idea of where all my hybrid flowers are going to be placed at. So in total, there's going to be 4 black flowers, 6 purple flowers, 7 pink flowers, 1 green flower, 4 blue flowers, and 6 orange flowers. So I was just trying to get an idea of the exact like space I had here to work with, and if I need to combine any of these squares, you see I'm doing right now. So after I was done placing the dirt down, I decided to add all the hybrid flowers that I had down afterwards on top. So if you want to make one of these for yourself, the most optimal way to do it is to have each of the flowers separated by the color. So for example here I have each of the black flowers with each other, all the purple flowers with each other, and all the pink flowers with each other. And then after you do that, you want to make sure there's at least 1 unit of space in between each of the flowers of the same species. So for example, the purple tulips and the pink tulips I have like separated by 1 unit of space right there. So what that does is that it prevents these flowers from the same species from breeding with each other. So if you have one space in between them, they're going to not breed anymore and they'll exclusively clone the same type of hybrid that you have there. And the best way to do this is to separate each of the different flower colors in like their own space and make sure they have like one space all around the sides. But I didn't have a lot of room here, so I decided to just make one big plot, just have all the colors right next to each other. So after I was done placing all the hybrids down, I decided to make this dirt path a little bit bigger. And then after that I was pretty much done, so it was just time to decorate the area. So I started by moving my street lamps and garden wagons, so I decided to put some of the garden wagons to the side of the stalls. And then after I decided to craft some watering cans and I put those inside of my stalls just so when I invited people over to water my flowers they can just grab a watering can if they didn't have one already. And then after that I decided to add a water pump to the left hand side and also added a little QR code path I found online of like little watering little well thing, I don't know what to call it, right there too. I also added some beekeeper's hives next to each of the little plots of flowers I had, so I put one on the left, one on the right, and then one on the bottom left over here. I also ended up moving my log sticks towards the inside just so it could act like a little walkway. I also changed up the fence a little bit, so I added a little bit more hedging in place of the lattice fencing. I also added some flower furniture DIYs that I had, so I added a tulip surprise box and also a mum cushion near the entrance. Alright, so next I added a hyacinth lamp next to the stall, and I also added a flashy flower sign all the way to the left next to the museum. I also do end up putting a natural garden table underneath the hyacinth lamps just because I felt it looked kind of weird just having the lamps on the floors by themselves. And then after that I decided to add some blue roses in this little bigger dirt patch just so I can get extra blue roses when people come water. So finally I added a log chair in between the stalls, and I also added a shovel to the right and a watering can to the left just so people when they came up here got an idea that there's watering cans in these little stalls here. But yeah, it's basically done after that. The only thing I did was I adjusted the water pump just so it's facing more vertically rather than horizontally. So now I'm just going to go through a quick walkthrough, just showing you guys the final product. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.